What's up, everybody? It's your man VCITY1153. We at the STU. This is episode 10. And today we got the M2 Professional Scratch Mixer by Numark. Alright, we're going to do an unboxing. I'm going to go over all of the features, show you how everything works. We'll go over some connectivity as well. I have a couple cables that I had to buy for my control surface. So we'll go over the connectivity, and I'll show you what you may need to hook up to your system. Alright, I'm going to be hooking up my M2 to the LP120 USB from Audio Technica that I bought a couple months back, and we're going to get it cracking, man. So again, we got a unboxing and review of the M2 Professional Scratch Mixer by Numark. Let's get started. Alright, everybody, we back. We have everything unboxed. There's not a lot that comes in the package. We have a manual and what looks like a small box, probably a power supply. However, we're going to go over the features. Alright, let's get started. Alright. It looks like, again, some type of power supply. Let's open it up. Yeah, it's a power supply. Manual. And now we have the Numark. Let's get in some light. Stand it up a little bit. Okay. Alright. Well, let's go over a few of the features. First section. Obviously, we're going to have our left and our right, which will be controlled by our crossfader here. We have our volume for both of our channels. You can switch to phono and line. I went over that in the LP120 video. This mixer has a phono preamp in it, so if you have your turntables hooked up to channels 1 and 2, you just flip the switches to phono. I may have my computer on one line and then the turntable on the other. And then we'll come up here. We have the gain input coming into the mixer. We have treble, mid, and bass. Looks like some type of graphical EQ, probably graphical or a parametric EQ that they have fixed. Looking here, let me see. Yeah, so probably just a graphic EQ. Alright. And we have our master channel here, where we can listen to, I think, everything at the same time. I'm gonna hook up everything and see what this switch does. Oh, okay. And then we have a master channel for the bass, I think, and everything here. Oh, this is for the mic. Oh, okay, that's cool right here. Yeah. Alright, let's hook up everything, man. We got the LP120 on the side. Let's do it. Alright. Before hooking up to the LP120, I just want to go over the connectivity in the back. So, I apologize, hold on. There we go. So we have our inputs. We have the line inputs and the phono input going to channel 1, channel 2, and then those are our outputs, and then that's a record in. Alright, and then, you know, obviously you have your power, and then that's where the adapter goes. Alright, so we got our master going out, and then all of our inputs to the channels here, and then this is our mic. I'm going to be using these, which are a quarter inch going into a RCA, left or right, so that I can hook it up into my audio interface. Alright, let's do it. Alright everybody, we back. We have everything hooked up, ready to go. Just want to go over a few things. The LP120 USB from Audio Technica must have or I'm assuming has an internal ground. I don't have any small ground wires to hook into the mixer. Usually when you have well, I guess older turntables need a ground wire, and you'll see the ground wire attached to the small RCA cables that come off of the back of the turntable. Sometimes they don't even come with RCA cables. You have to have your own, but they will come with their own ground, and there is a ground connector in the back of the M2 just in case you need one, but the LP120 didn't need it. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is zero out everything to make sure I don't pop my speakers or anything. That's something recommended as safety that I think everyone should do before cutting on any piece of equipment, is make sure that you have your master volumes all the way down. Alright, and again, I'm hooking the LP120 USB into the phono section of the mixer. So I'm going to have my phono switch selected. I'm using channel 2, and I'm going to take the output of the mixer into the Scarlett 2i2. Alright, my audio interface. And what I'm using is the quarter-inch inputs that are in the audio interface. I'm going to use the audio from my camera, and then I'm going to switch over to the audio from the mixer. I can't use my clean audio from my microphone because my audio interface is only has 2 inputs, and I'm going to use those 2 inputs for the stereo outputs for the M2. Alright, so I also, just for fun, hooked up my 7B to the mic section just to see how the mic section sounds. I know it may need a little bit more gain, but just to test out the mic section a little bit. Alright, so we're going to get started. So again, I have the LP120 hooked up to the M2. We're using the phono. We're not going to use the internal preamp of the LP120. We're going to use the preamp inside of the M2. We're going to go directly into the audio interface, check out the sound quality, and mess around with some of the features. Again, when I was just going over the features, just giving an overview, now you'll be able to hear how things sound, and we'll both, check out some of these other features. I forgot about the channel 2 and master, but again, we'll see all of that in a second. Okay, so let's do it. Let's power on. Again, I'll be switching between the audio from this camera and the SM7B in a second. I'm going to power on the LP120. Alright, and I have a record. Just a second. Have a record I'm going to test everything out on. I'll get into some better light. But we got George Benson. Alright, Give Me the Night. Alright, so we're going to check that out right now. Let's get focused. Alright, and we'll put that in and check out everything, see how everything is working. Why did I do that? Alright, let's start off on track 1. Okay, we got some levels. Alright, we're getting ready to switch over to the audio to the mixer.
were the words I love to hear. Cuddle up and I'll make you feel alright. 'Cause I need you, baby, to carry me on through all the years. So come on, please close the door and dim the lights. 'Cause we got love, love. It's always there for us to share. And girl, it sure feels good. You know you're by my side. 'Cause we're just two hearts that beat as one forever. With love, to keep us satisfied. And there ain't no one in this world tonight change my point of view. Come on, girl, and hold me tight the way you always do. With love times me and you.
This section here is the crossfader slope. So picture it like if you look at this symbol, picture your sound here fading right to the next sound, and this is a very gradual fade, right? Something typical that a DJ will use. And this is a more aggressive fade. If you see how the slope, it's hard to I'll probably zoom in on it with the video editing later, but you can switch from each different slope style. Okay, and then crossfader mode is normal and reverse. So if I'm guessing, maybe if let's see, turn it up. Yeah. See, so it just reversed it. So instead of the crossfader channel 2, if I put the crossfader on this side, instead of the sound playing, if it's in reverse mode, it's going to stop playing. Then I bring it to the opposite side and it'll start back playing. Alright, if you're on reverse mode. But we're in normal mode, so we want to just play it. Alright, man, I went through a lot of different tests. Tested out with the 7B. I got an old school BG 3.0. I even had the SM58, and the microphone section just didn't shine that much to me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'll try some other things, but the mixing section worked perfectly fine. The EQ sounded really nice. I love the way it made the vinyl sound. Channel 2 is where I had my LP120 hooked up. Everything worked perfectly fine. The crossfader sections, the slopes, everything sounded really nice. Everything was easy to set up. Everything was very easy to work and learn. So again, if you want to go get it, the M2 from Numark is a great mixer. Alright, this is your man VCITY 1153. Y'all was at the STU. This is episode 10. And we out of here.